hopefully. Hi, guys. This is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on the Supernatural Show, the show that is not for entertainment purposes only. Today, we're going to be talking about the incoming false flag alien invasion that's going to be going on. And my co-host Shannon is here, and we have a special guest, Dr. Robert from Custodian File on YouTube. And we're going to jump right into this. But first, we're going to play something, give a few minutes for some more time for some people to get here. It's an interlude that a few of you have seen, but we've got a lot of new subscribers, and a lot of you haven't seen it. So we're going to watch this while the crowd gets here, and we'll be right back, and we're going to get into it.
It's a twister! It's a twister!
I imagine right now you're feeling a bit like Dorothy, landing in Oz in a realm that just does not feel quite like home. I can see it in your eyes. You have the look of a man who does not accept what he sees, because he suspects everything his eyes present to him is a lie. Ironically, this is very close to the truth. Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know, you cannot explain, but you can feel it. You have felt it your entire life, that something is wrong with this world, that has been presented to you with the full expectation that you accept it and never question it. You don't know completely what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind driving you mad. It is this feeling that brought you here to me, to now, to a choice. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you want to know what it is? It is the supernatural image and word of God. It is all around us right now, even in your very room where you are sitting at this moment. You can see it when you peer into the mirror at your own reflection, or when you take a photo of a friend. You can feel it when the sun shines, or when a wave in the sea crashes upon you. You can taste it when you bite into an apple, and see it when you tear open a fruit. You can feel it when you caress a woman, or when a woman caresses you. And you can see it upon the woman's body, the breasts, the buttocks, and eyes alike. It is there when you speak or when you take a breath. You can hear it when the great owl screeches, or see it written upon his face. You can see it coming when a whirlwind is nearly upon you, and hear it when the thunder rolls. And you can feel it when the wind blows. It is the world that exists beyond the veil. It must be perceived with the mind before the eye can see it. A world that no one ever informed you of, yet you know it's there. If you speak of it, others will say you're crazy, for you must believe what they believe. Like everyone else, you were born and introduced and convinced of a false reality, a false world, a prison world designed so that you would not see, hear, smell, taste, or touch the supernatural reality of the true world. They built a prison for your mind and a hell for your soul. And they pray to their gods that you will never wake up. Unfortunately, no one can be shown what the supernatural world is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there's no turning back. You hit the back button, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you believed before this moment. Or you continue watching and you cross beyond the veil. And I will show you what is behind the wizard's curtain. Remember, all I am offering you is the truth. Nothing more, nothing less. It is now time to choose. Go back now, or continue beyond the veil.
Hi guys, thank all of you for joining here today, coming together, trying to learn what we can and try to discern and stay on top of all the things that we can that are going on in the world, because there are truly supernatural things going on in this world. And a lot of people are seeking answers. And I'm not going to stand here and say that I have all the answers, but I have some of the answers, I believe. And I'm going to be sharing some of that with you. I know there's a lot of new people here today. And we are live on 8 platforms right now. Live on 2 YouTube channels, 2 Facebook channels, Instagram, Kick.com, Rumble, and DLive as well, all at the same time. The comments that you see in the lower right corner of the screen are off of my LogicBeforeAuthority channel. If you want your comments to show up, you have to go to that channel and subscribe, and then you can comment and it'll show up here. And we're going to be talking today about, the main subject matter is going to be about a potential false flag alien invasion that I can see them potentially setting up for. If you think about every time throughout history when they wanted to move the people in a direction, move their minds in a direction, they've always used a massive event. And the event that is impending is going to make those events look small. We all know about 9/11, where 3 buildings fell down and only 2 planes hit 2 buildings. And we all know about the stories of previous wars in like the Tonkin event and just all wars and all major moves have always been started with some kind of a false flag event. And I think that's what we're going into. We have a panel here today, myself, Shannon, and Dr. Robert. And I'll tell you right now that we don't all agree on exactly what's going on. But I don't want a uh, a group of people that are just parrots and agree with everything I think because they like me. I want people to speak the truth as to how they see it and how they feel and speak it boldly, but yet be also willing to reconsider and listen to and ponder the things that other people have to say, including you guys in the comments. We all need to we all need to realize something I realized the other day, and that is that we are participants in the events that are going on right now. We may even be helping them pull off this false flag event. Why would you say that, Daniel? Daniel, well, the reason why I'm saying that is because we all just happen to have cell phones that all have multiple cameras on them, and we are allowed to have that. They didn't have to put cameras on all of our cell phones, but there are. And now, what is everybody doing? They're filming things in the heavens, and they're saying, "It's this, it's that, it's another." We are the film crew for this event that's coming up. You see what I'm saying? The event's going to happen, and it's going to happen different places, and all of us are going to grab our cameras, and you're going to be filming it, and you're going to be uploading it. And if we're not careful, we're going to be working for the enemy. Now, with that being said, let me introduce my co-host and my special guest today, Shannon, of course, been here with me since the beginning. She is the co-host of the Supernatural Show, and she's earned her position. And we have a special guest here too, Dr. Robert. And I say he's special because he's someone I can disagree with, and we still buddies. And also, he's special because Dr. Robert he's done some interesting things in his life, but one thing he's known for now with the Custodian File YouTube channel is that he made a discovery that's even in the intro for my show. He made a discovery of these flying things that fly at around 2,000 miles an hour that go up and run reconnaissance and investigate anything that's flying over where they're located. They're about the size, you might say, if you see them, you might say they're the size of a football. And it's unknown still to this day exactly what we're dealing with and what Dr. Robert discovered. If you want to see what I'm talking about, all you got to do is go over to his YouTube channel, Custodian File, as you see in his image down there. And he puts out regular videos showing these things flying up, zooming around through the blades of helicopters, uh, flying around the presidents when they fly into town. Nothing can stop them, apparently, because they continue to do their thing. So, Dr. Roberts, welcome to the show today, and I am grateful for you being here, my brother. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. We do have that echo back. I'm sorry.
Well, what I'll do is I'm going to mute my mic when I'm not talking.
Okay. Okay, super. Well, thank you. I do appreciate the invite. I'm doing well. It's been a very busy year starting off so far. It's a great introduction. For those who don't know me, Dr. Robert Scheib, pharmacist, Los Angeles. I've been here my whole life. And for the last 7 years, I've been recording these small, fast movers, AKA dragons, because 7 years ago, when the military showed up over Marina del Rey, it looked like they were chasing dragonflies, and they're not dragonflies. They're very fast, small UAPs. And I still call them dragons because I thought they were dragonflies. And there's a lot going on, and it's not stopping. And the word is getting out. And so I'm happy to be here and to answer all your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Robert. Shannon, my supernatural co-host, how are you today, darling?
I'm hanging in there. It's been an interesting start of the year. I've had just a lot of loss lately, and if I could at least ask everyone to a small prayer request for the dear Meritez family. They've lost a lot of people, and yesterday they lost the youngest baby girl in the family. So if you could just send your love to that family. There's only 2 left standing, so that would be great. Really great people, and it's just sad. But other than that, just been watching all the chaos unfold as the new year has set in. And, I do find a lot of things ramping up very quickly. And it's just really important to pay attention to everything going on around you and to stay vigilant. And that's about all I'm going to say about that right now. So, oh, you're on mute. Can't hear you.
Not used to being muted. Real quick, have either one of you had any experience with the fog phenomenon that's been going on?
Yes, quite a bit. Quite a bit. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
On that? Yeah.
You sound perfect.
Highly unusual, just highly unusual. For the first time ever, the fog got to the point where it looked like it was raining. I mean, that's how thick the fog was. And that continued for a good 10 days. It cleared up yesterday, but it was around the Los Angeles basin for a good 10 days. And I also noticed that when I'd go outside, I'd sneeze, which I was puzzled, like, why am I sneezing in a fog? So it's a little bit of a mystery. I'm not sure how to take that all in yet, but other than it's highly unusual, I've never seen anything like it, especially in the daytime. But again, for the ground to be wet as if it was raining, that's what I was puzzled by. Yeah.
And how about you, Shannon?
Yeah, you're not too far from me. And I have actually even recorded seeing the fog all around us. We're technically in a valley. There's hills all around us. And you could not see several of the hills that you normally see with your naked eye. But it would surround this area, but it never came in. And I mean, to me, that's a beautiful miracle in itself, but it's been quite eerie just to see it, just being surrounded by it. But, I have clear skies, and it's just like, ooh, it's a little interesting. But I have noticed too that they've been, trailing with those chemicals quite a bit and trying to block, the sun a lot. And I just find that to be quite telling. There's definitely action going on that they don't want us to see, but it hasn't like reached right in here. And praise Jesus for that.
How about smell? Either one of you smelt anything when you had the fog?
Offhand, I'd say no. But I'd have to ask a few other people in the neighborhood because, again, they just found this extremely, and of course, for it to be showing up around the world, that's not normal. It's not normal. I had some ringing going on in my ears. Not I'm not sure how to interpret that. It's just there's more mystery than answers right now. But other than when I see something that's abnormal, that's when I go on the alert. That's when I pay even closer attention. And it's all you can do is just notice, memorize, and be on the alert. It's hard to say what is really going on.
Yeah, and I'd say too, the way I'm looking at this is not to overreact too quickly, like when the planned demonic happened in 2019 and in 2020. The planned demonic. Um, I remember reacting incorrectly to what I was seeing. The psychops was working on me a little bit. And so what I'm saying to everybody is don't make any decisions that can affect you much in any way, especially don't go through with a mask on. The mask or death mask. It's the mask is something that they covered Christ's face when he was judged to die. And they also, anytime anybody is going to die, they cover their face. Like if you're going to electrocute them, shoot them at the stake, whatever, when you've been judged to die, your face is veiled. So don't veil your face unless there comes a clearly obvious situation where we need gas mask or something. But I honestly don't think it's going to come to that point. Secondarily, use the power of the sword that Father in heaven gave you to rebuke these things and to bind these things, because anything that's bound on earth will be bound in heaven, and anything bound in heaven is bound on earth. Your mouth is a supernatural tool. It was given to you to be able to fight the invisible with the invisible. What is the invisible? It's the supernatural a lot of times. When these things are happening, you have authority, but you have to realize you have that authority and have the faith to speak it. So I'm giving you a tool that you can use and reminding you. Your voice is invisible. It's supernatural. You can hear it, but you can't see it. You can record it, but you can't touch it. And how is it said that Father created everything? He spoke it. And are we in the image of our Father or not? We are. So that is a tool, and the Bible talks about it numerous times about the tongue. And yes, it can be wicked, but it can also be a weapon to be used for good, for your own protection of your household, your family, everything. Now, so specifically to the subject, let me share screen here, and we'll come back to this. Shannon has a new song that she has put out, and we're going to take a listen to it towards the end of the show. It's called "In This House," and so if you want to check out her channel, it's called Soul 7, and it's on YouTube. Let me pull up a couple of images. Some of these images are going to be familiar to you, and you've seen them and heard about them and know about them. And some of you are going to think it's silly. Some of you are going to learn something here. 1995 was the year that a set of cards was printed. It's these right here. Let me main screen myself for a second. These cards, the Illuminati New World Order card set. It's a box full of cards. And I'm going to show you a few cards and tell you why I'm showing them to you. All right, let's go back to our screen share. Okay, so in 1995, they were printed and released by Steve Jackson Games. One of the cards in there, and I could pull it up and show it to you, is a card that's talking about going postal. 1996, less than 1 year later, people started going into post offices and shooting them up. So that they predicted that within 1 year. Then there are many images out there. I'll show you a few here. I don't know which is which here exactly. So I want to show you. Let's see, where's that? Like this one. And this one here. Has that come true yet? And this one, of course, is two towers that go boom. And that was predicted in 1995. This event didn't take place until 2001. And of course, they have the other card to go with it that went boom the same day, right there on the right-hand side of the screen. And so when I'm thinking about the fact that they're highly likely looking to do a false flag, because a false flag is something, anytime they go to make a big move, such as an alien invasion, which we've all heard about for a long time, or most of us. If it's new to you, it ain't new to us. Every time they go to do one of these events, what they will do is they will make out like somebody else did something and we need to do something about it. It's called problem, reaction, solution. And they'll create the problem, like somebody blew up our two buildings. Oh, wait a minute, third one fell down too. They blew up our buildings. And whoever did this, we're going to get them. And what did they do? They went and got several countries. Ambulance or fire truck or something. And they do this over and over. It's a way that they know that the public they can get the public to beg for help. Solve this government. Like right now with all the orbs in the sky, what are people saying? They're saying, where's the government? Why ain't the government doing something? Man, Daddy, please. When are you going to do something about the orbs and the stuff in the skies and the drones? When are you going to do something, Daddy? Or when are you going to do something, God? Because instead of looking to their Father for the answers, ye of little faith is looking to the government. So we're going to look at a few of these cards. The set has at least 4 cards that are related to alien, UFO, that kind of stuff. First off, I'll state my position, and anyone else with a different opinion is welcome to speak that opinion as well. I do not believe in aliens. I don't believe in life existing on other so-called planets or stars. From my observation and from biblical scriptures, the stars, it says in the Bible, you can go Revelations 9:1, and it tells you right in those verses that angels or stars are angels. I saw a star fall from heaven, and to that angel was given a key to the bottomless pit. It tells you over and over in there that stars are angels. Okay, there are different types of angels. Some angels stay in the sky in different places. You go outside and you see those same stars, like Orion or whichever constellation you want to talk about, come over at nighttime. And those keep a certain way, and they have a certain job that they do. And you say, well, they're up there forever. That's a boring job. You just stand and doing one thing. Thing is time don't exist there. Time doesn't exist to the angels the way it exists to us because they're eternal. We're not. Our souls are, but we're not. So let's take a closer look at some of these cards. This is a card that was called Alien Abduction, again produced by Steve Jackson Games in 1995. And it shows somebody being abducted. And it looks like somebody, and if you look here right behind the image, you see the little orb? See that orb, Shannon? To the left above his head right there. There's your orb. They're showing you who they're going to blame it on. They're going to blame it on what I call the angel orbs. And I'll explain here in a minute, but I'll get talking too much. why I say they're angel orbs. When I first started investigating it and trying to understand it, I called them plasmians. This was near 15 years ago. I called them plasmians because I didn't know what they were. I could tell they were pure light. I could tell various things, but I didn't have enough experience with them. Can you turn on your conditioner, please? And Miss Kim's here with us now too, also in the background helping. So I didn't know what they were, but over time I was shown what they were up close and personal. I've had around 100 encounters with angel orbs, sometimes as close as about 20 feet, sometimes a football field in the distance. But look at these bright lights in the background of this image. There's one here, and there's one there, and I think that's the only two. And then, of course, we've got our green reptilian-looking aliens, right? And they're abducting somebody. So, is this talking about the random people that claim they've been abducted by aliens? Or is there an event that's coming about this? I'm not sure, but we're just looking. I'm going to read this. It says, play this card on any personality at any time until the end of the current turn. That personality has no alignments at all. Furthermore, it cannot get any alignments until the end of the current turn for any reason. So they kind of hint to it, and it's something you typically have to think about for a while to understand what they're saying here. The rest of it says, alternatively, play this card on a personality in your hand or in play but controlled to take control of them automatically. So it's taking somebody and taking control of them for a purpose. You know, the first person that comes to mind for me is like, what would be the wildest scenario here? Okay, the wildest scenario is something happens and Trump is abducted on the day of inauguration.
Sorry, that makes me laugh.
No, it's okay.
No.
How wild would that be? That would blow the entire world's mind if they showed any kind of a craft that people have never seen that didn't have attributes of our known crafts, and it landed at the White House, and these beings got off and they zapped Trump with a tractor beam or something. And I mean, I know it sounds wild, but what have we been seeing in the last month? I've been seeing it for 15 years. Well, really my whole life, but intensely for 15 years. And I can tell that they're wanting to label the orbs as aliens. And here we have the alien card with orbs in it. Oh, and there's one more too down here on the lower right. Another little orb down there. Yeah. All right, so let's look at another card. And if y'all guys have any comments like on this card or whatever, feel free to speak up about it. And we'll hog all of them out. Mike, I'm bad about that. Here's another card. It's not as clear, but it says Church of Middle America. And it shows, aliens in the sky above a church. It says they'll never get it, even when the saucers are flying overhead. Any something group that controls the church gets 2 bolts of power and global power if it already has global power. Kind of reminds me of what the Pope's been talking about. He's talking about aliens and saving them and inviting them in, and he's in on the gig too. He's playing his part. Yes, Shannon?
And he just opened up a bunch of sacred portals. as well. Just interesting. That was very interesting. I don't know if any of you have heard about that, about the 5 sacred portal opening ceremony that Pope Francis had done. The connotations of it are quite just bizarre. And growing up Catholic, I can tell you. I mean, yes, there's that door that they open up and then close, and they call, that's normal, but the 5 portals thing, that's never been done. Never been done. That was new.
Yeah, I'm having to deal with my mic here. Go ahead, Dr. Robert. I'm going to pull up a video that we're going to show here in a second. Go ahead, Doc.
It's to me, the card looks like it's it's implied that these saucers are here to challenge the church, the belief system. And they're saying, which one are you going to follow, the church or the saucers? Like there's a competition or a choice. That this was done in 1995. It says a lot. Whoever made these cards, they knew something. They're obviously working on inside information. This is not just random art. So it's interesting where all this is going.
Yep, sorry, I'm having to mute and unmute my mic, and I'm doing things in the background here as well. I just pulled this video up here. I put it out the other day. I don't have it in studio to play, but I can play it, and we'll be able to hear it good enough. It's on my Logic Before Authority channel if anybody wants to see it again. Yeah, let's just play this real quick. It's related to what we were talking about. And of course, there is the door knocking we're talking about, and the Shannon was talking about him opening these doors that are built for a giant. The whole building is built for giants. Why did they do that? You got to wonder. And this is also talking about the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. And to him was given the key to the bottomless pit. And of course, there's our smoke. I'm not saying for sure this is what's going on. But what if what's coming out of the pits, maybe the pit is so-called outer space. Maybe it's from that way instead of that way. Maybe not. We got to keep our minds open as to what's actually going on here for sure. And there came out of the pit locusts upon the earth. And of course, you want to think about little bugs and this and that and the other. But locust is anything that flies in a large group. Meaning the word locust is not specifying a cricket or grasshopper. It's specifying an action. It's like a descriptive term, saying something that is in great numbers and flies in a group. And what have we been seeing flying in great numbers in the skies? Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to say for sure. So let's look at another playing card. This one is called Tabloids, and it shows, you know, shows insects, shows UFO flying saucer things and some alien heads and a cow with two heads, and it says psychics predict. It says psychics reveal Jackie's diet plan from heaven. The tabloids can attack any secret group, and if they do, the secret status is lost for that attack, and any other groups can help attack or defend regardless of alignment. So that one's not quite as specific, but related. And here's another one. It says flying saucer. And this flying saucer has lights on it. It says a vehicle was found buried in a cornfield in Idaho. It will take a small number of people anywhere in the world undetectably within an hour. Linked to a personality, the flying saucer gives him +10 against any attack to destroy or assassination. It is captured or destroyed if he is left unlinked as property of the Illuminati. The flying saucer lets you make one extra automatic takeover each turn. This may only be used for a resource. If you make this extra takeover, you must discard your top undrawn plot card in exchange. And when I look at these, I always look at everything in the image and then flip it upside down and do all kinds of things with it to try to understand what's meant there exactly. Now, obviously, I think the one that's most interesting at this point is that one. Like what Dr. Robert says, like they're kind of coming to, well, we know, or at least Holy Moly is right. Holy Moly just sent us $20. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Holy Moly. I greatly appreciate that. There looks like in this image they're coming to change the religion. And I know, and some of you, most of you probably know, that they want a one world order with a one world leader and a one world religion. So a one world religion believing in what? And who is this? Who or what is going to come out of the skies and show up and be big enough to walk through the doors that we've seen at the Vatican? Is that how it will play out? I've spoken many things, as Shannon knows, on this show that end up playing out. But I give all the credit to Father in heaven, for I'm nothing without his guidance. Thoughts, guys?
As I mentioned earlier about staying vigilant and just really paying attention to everything playing out, because whether you think it or not, everything that's happening is connected to each other. It's going to merge together, and some big things are about to be revealed. There's going to be deception along with that. Just as Celeste had mentioned, and when we had her on the show, that things are changing to the point to where we're having to deal with disinformation, malinformation, like all these different levels of things. And my advice is you need to test the spirit, right? You need to ask God what is this? God will tell you, God will guide you. But be ready. Be ready for something to happen. And, just on all the different levels that we're seeing, with planned MX, whatever you want to call that, all of these different things are breaking us down, trying to get us malleable to whatever their big plan is. And you just need to stay strong and be connected and stay vigilant, because when you may be weary, this may be just a lot to take in, and we're all going through our own personal things in life. Just stay vigilant, because that's really the best advice I can possibly give you. Test the spirits, ask God to show you guidance, and stay vigilant. Don't allow all of this trauma-based mind control to get you in a state of submission
Or
to
fear.
the wrong thing. So,
Yeah. And guys, I did see the comment a while ago, and thank you, Shannon. That's really good advice. I did see the comment a while ago about, me talking too much, which I admit I do. But see, Dr. Robert's not here as a for an interview today. Dr. Robert is here as a commentator, and so the show is not focused on Dr. Robert today. I've done multiple shows focused on Dr. Robert and his discoveries, and I give him credit every time. His discoveries are massive. He is the one man on this planet that figured out that we have something that's here that's flying around. You can't go out and find them on the ground. You can't go out and find them sitting in a tree, but they're here and they're flying up around aircraft at over 2,000 miles an hour on a consistent basis all the time. Dr. Robert, have you ever caught one of them at nighttime? I don't know why that just popped in my mind.
Yeah. Well, if you had the right thermal camera, you could record it. But what I have done, I've taken my camera. I use a Panasonic X1000 4K 60 frames, and I've attached on a tripod. I've attached 2 car radar detectors. And these UAP dragons will trigger the X and K band on the radar detector. So yes, at night, I still record the X and K band when helicopters come in. I just don't have a visual because I don't have a good nighttime camera. But yeah, they are recordable at night, and they still trigger the X band. Yes.
Okay. So day and night, he's been recording these things for how many years now, Dr. Robert?
7.5.
And I know some of you don't know exactly what we're talking about. Just go to Dr. Robert's channel, Custodian File, and he's got thousands of videos on there that he's painstakingly put together and everything for you. So yeah, Dr. Robert is here as a commentator today. That's why we're not focusing on Dr. Robert. I hope y'all guys understand. And yes, I do know I talk too much, but well, I am the host. I mean, I get to talk some, right? I wanted to show y'all guys a couple of videos actually. Some of you may have already seen them or not. I don't know, but a while back, I guess about a month ago, a lady was out on the porch filming and most of you probably seen this, but maybe you haven't seen it in the improved format that I'm going to show you. I got 2 that I'm going to show you. What I'm getting at is that it appears like it appears, I'm not saying it's for sure fact, but it appears like we're having interactions between what I call angel orbs and man-made crafts. Okay. We had something that run into an airliner at, 37,000 feet. Caused it to have to emergency land. Was that a drone? Was that man-made, or was that something else? I don't know. I've never, or bird, but birds don't fly at 37,000 feet. That's like 5 or 6 miles up. There ain't no bird that flies that high other than man-made birds or drones or angel orbs. But I highly doubt it was an angel orb that damaged the plane like that, unless it was on some kind of a mission that Father in heaven said, I want that to stop, you know. But I've been seeing these interactions with what looks like angel orbs and man-made crafts, and every time the man-made crafts loses. I'm going to show you a video of the lady standing on a porch with the drone that came down when it touched the angel orb, and then I'm going to show you the video of the and it was from Israel. It is a video of the Iron Dome. I took the audio out because it was a siren, their siren going off, you know, and that's almost as annoying as the music I chose to put with it. But I took that out. But yes, this is a real video. Someone filming the Iron Dome missiles, shooting things down, or trying to shoot things down. But something stopped the missiles in midair and then blew them up. Now, does Iron Dome, last time I checked, it doesn't have the ability to stop other things in midair. It can shoot them down. It maybe can have multiple bombs on it. It maybe can change directions. It maybe even can hover. But it can't stop other things from going on past unless it blows them up. But what I'm saying, well, you'll see in the video. Let's watch the lady on the front porch first. Then we'll get to the other one because I got some, what I think is important information to say about that one once we get to it. So let's check this out, and I'll get y'all guys' thoughts on this, because it's been about a month, and so we've had a chance to think about this a little bit. Anybody want to explain that? Where'd Shannon go? The loser?
Right here.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to see that, Dr. Robert?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
I saw that last week also.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting? Tell me what you think about this. You can see in the footage that the drone flashing. It comes in quickly, comes there and sits there for a moment. The angel orb does not move. Then the drone, you see it move in. You can watch the trees in the background and tell the drone's doing the moving. It moves in, gets right in there with that angel orb, and then goes. Whoop. Thoughts?
To me, it's obvious that there's some intervention going on. That these orbs are shooting down missiles, interfering. I hope that will be a good thing. When I say interference, I think that's a good thing, that we could stop missiles from flying. I personally would welcome that in any type of a conflict if there are missiles flying.
In this case, it was a drone, and the angel didn't attack the drone. The drone came in and hit the angel orb, and then discombobulated it and fell out of the sky. The next video is going to show the missiles. But Shannon, what do you think? I mean, what does that mean to you? Don't tell me what you think. I want to hear.
I'm struggling over here. Don't mind me. This to me is, again, what I had mentioned before of this deception playing out, trying to make it seem like there's battles going on up in the sky, and the fact that we haven't been given any clarity by any governmental thing so far on all these things. They want us to see this. They want us to see all this action going on. Now, to me, there is definitely spiritual aspects, interdimensional stuff happening. But the other things, too, that are us, that are man-made, and also when we want to go into the hologram spectrum, there's a lot of things. You think about now when it comes to the deep fakes and how powerful AI is in just our everyday world that we're allowed to understand and know. Just know that there is a whole nother level of that exists that we haven't been given that information on. And there's real, and then there's deception, all commingling together. And that's where I'm saying, testing the spirit, really trying to help to discern what it is that we're watching up in the skies, because it's a little bit of both. But how it will be presented when things, are revealed to us in one way or another may not be the correct thing. And it may be, again, to psychologically steer us in one way or another. So.
Yeah, they're definitely waiting on the reaction.
Right.
But they're not exciting people enough yet to really get. They want a worldwide reaction, like, "Oh my God!"
It's the slow boil method, the frog and the slow boil method. How everything has been playing out, on the world stage. It's but that's part of the psychological warfare aspect of it. So.
Guys, I'd like to take 1 second and say, because we have a massive crowd here today, I'd like to say thank you all for being here. Hit that subscribe button, why don't you? And if you wouldn't mind, if you've been here a few times and you like what I do, please share the videos. If you don't mind, please. It does help. I'm a shadow banned YouTuber. They don't really like us talking about this kind of stuff. And you sharing it, doing a thumbs up, subscribing does make a difference. So please do that. So let's take another look at another video, one that's even more insane. And I can't swear to you guys this footage is real. I wasn't there. I didn't take it. So I can't swear to the validity. I can say that this was footage that was supposedly come out of Israel. It was at a moment when the Iron Dome, as they call it, which is an offshoot of the Patriot missile system from the United States, is engaging with some things that are maybe some missiles that are coming in from wherever they're coming in from. And we'll watch it. But notice that all three objects come to a stop in the sky. Two blow up, and the one that's remaining streaks off faster than the missiles could travel. So, with that being said, I do it play the original video, and then I start zooming, is what I do, and I slow it down towards the end. So, it's about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So, let's take a look. Angel 2, Iron Dome 0. Now, again, I can't prove or swear that that is what it is that's happening in that footage, but I look for attributes. When I say attributes of angels that I've had experiences with, again, from anywhere from 20 foot to off in the distance, in front of me, 100 occasions approximately, and probably close to 200 or more actual angel orbs that I've seen myself. Eyewitness. I don't know why me. So don't expect me to answer the question. Why you get to see angels? I ain't never seen one, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It just happened. Miss Kim that's sitting here, she's been down with me. I normally see them on top of mountains or at the beach, but not exclusively. I've seen them other places. I've seen one fly right up ahead of me. So I'm talking about attributes. I seen one fly from behind me. I was looking up. I was at the beach looking for angels. I'm looking up like this, and it flies from behind me over my head about 20 foot above me. And I started learning their attributes. It looked like pixie dust, like a white streak behind it, like pixie dust floating, almost like electrical. I seen one appear in front of me a different night, standing in that same spot. It appeared right over the ocean, about 50 feet in front of me. It was there for about 2 seconds. It started to fade, and a lightning came out of it and struck the ocean. It was only about 20, 30 foot above the ocean, and I didn't hear a crack of lightning. I just seen the arc. I've seen how they can streak, like what we see in that video, and they're extremely fast. They tend to leave some kind of a little light trail behind them. I've seen them flash, just like in the intro on the Supernatural show. It shows that one that's known from Israel that came down above the rock of the dome, and it stopped there, and then it flashed, and then it streaked straight up. I know everybody's seen it because I played it in the intro. But over time, I didn't know why I was being shown all these things, but now I see all these videos of all these orbs, and I have historical knowledge from my experiences to know how they behave. Um, so I'm just trying to help you understand why I know a little bit more about these things than some people. And that's not coming from an ego place. It's coming from, it just happened to me. I didn't choose it. Father chose to show me these things. And obviously it must have been because he knew I was going to do this. And it has to do with why we created a show called TheSupernatural.Show a year and a half ago with Shannon, and talking about a lot of crazy stuff that's going to be coming. And here we are, and it's all happening. So what do you two guys think about what you just seen in that video?
Again, I'm seeing intervention going on here. I'm seeing direct an intentional purpose to shoot down missiles by a source, by a beings of higher power, you might say. This is very puzzling. It's undeniable what from the video. They are intervening. They are shooting down missiles and they're flying off. And there's a lot going on. It's just hard to interpret all the data.
Right.
Something very real is occurring here. It says a lot. It's saying a lot. Maybe they could do a lot more. Maybe they want to play it down right now, not put on such an amazing show, but what they're showing us right now is amazing. And obviously, I could only assume it's going to continue or will escalate, and there'll be more amazing video to come. That's the takeaway here, that really we haven't seen anything yet. There's much more coming, much better video coming, you might say. More of them, more craft, more UFO craft, more intervention, more shoot downs, more daytime. We'll start to see it in the daytime. Very hard to read into this. There's no playbook for it. This is the first time. This is the first time these maybe this is just a trailer to a movie to something much bigger that's coming. These are trailers that they are showing us. It's really hard to read into it. But other than just stay open and keep an open mind, keep your curiosity on high alert, take it all in. But something very real on a global scale is occurring. This is what I see.
Yeah, even if both those videos are fake, we know that because enough people are seeing it with their own eyes and are testifying to it, we know that there's something on a global scale that's happening. We know people are now becoming aware of the orbs that I call angels. And no, not every light in the sky is an angel. There's a lot of man-made things that are going on, like, and I'm going to come to you in just a second, Shannon, like the giant triangle-shaped craft that's as big as a football field that I've seen. Me and Miss Kim were driving back from my brother's house one night and seen these weird couple of lights in the sky, and we got curious and started trying to chase it down, and we actually caught it and got out below it looking up at it, and it was a triangle craft, dead silent, big as a football field, floating about 100 feet above the trees. And I was mind blown. I wasn't scared. I was excited. And then a little red orb came down from it, right in front of me, a little red orb. I said, "What is that?" And then we jumped in the car because it started moving back the way it came, but it was only moving about 15 miles an hour. We jumped in the car, ran down out in front of it, got out of the car, an area that had a big field so we could see the horizon look kind of low. And here that sucker came sailing straight at me, and I was filming, and it's coming straight at me. And then it just turns like it's on rails. It just goes, it don't lean. It just goes, it turned and went a 90-degree angle away from me. So there are things that are man-made that are out there that if they showed it, like probably one of these crafts was over Phoenix, back with the Phoenix Lights thing. That was probably one or multiples of these triangle-shaped crafts. And most people would think it was aliens if they showed up above a city where they could be seen. But they've been hiding it. My niece seen one of them about 2 weeks ago, believe it or not. She was, where she seen it was right close to where I seen it, within 5 miles. So Shannon, what are your thoughts on the Iron Dome video there?
Well, I'm in agreement of, angelic presence in that particular thing. But what I find interesting is if anyone is, kept up to speed over the last couple years with the congressional records, how a lot of these military, high up people in government come out and say that they've seen these orb-like things and they hover over when they're testing these weapons, and they usually disable them, and it's quite an anomaly that happens quite often in these stories that they've put on record. And like Robert had mentioned, it was clearly disabling something and showing us that. Now, my opinion is, of course, the intention of it is, in my background, I was, again, very heavy into the New Age thing before God saved me. And there were these, channeled messages from the Galactic Federation of Light, which in recent years has been mentioned on live stream or on mainstream media. And they have, in those messages, they constantly state that they're here to, create peace and show humanity all of these, life-saving things. And to me, it just it rings to me like childhood's end, or certain things that we've had predictive programming in before, where these beings say that they're going to help save us, but really they have different intentions. So I take that with a grain of salt, and again, take it up to God to get discernment on what it is that we're seeing. But I do want to mention that it would be very, very interesting to see what you film, Robert, with the dragons, and if you catch any of these orbs or any of this activity and the stuff that you're filming, if these dragon things are interacting with that. I would be very, very interested to see if you capture anything along those lines, because you're constantly filming. It would be very fascinating to see if these things that you've been filming for all these years have interaction with these orbs or with whatever it is that we're seeing.
That would be crazy.
Right? Because that would kind of open up a whole nother thing to go into. And so, I mean, if you do catch anything like that, please let us know, because I would be very fascinated. I have a feeling that these things would interact. I just do. And I'd like to see if you capture anything like that.
I in the last 7 years, I've literally recorded 5,000 videos of these dragons flying up to helicopters. And in that period, maybe I've recorded 5 videos with orbs. So there are orbs, at least in Marina Del Rey. I got one a month ago, actually. 2 super stallions came into Marina Del Rey to recon, to survey, to look for these dragons. And 3 dragons did fly up to their helicopters. And 1 orb was just sitting in the sky looking at everything. Orbs are here, just not in vast numbers. But I do know orbs and dragons work together. Just my own personal opinion. These dragons, I see them as police. They look for problems. And then when they find a problem, they call orbs in as detectives to come and investigate. That's why orbs are not very fast. because they're actually looking and analyzing what's going on. This is how I kind of see it over 7 years of research, at least in Marina Del Rey. Yeah.
Well, so far as from the speed of orbs, I've seen them be sitting dead still, like over the ocean in front of me, and streak and go out of the other horizon in literally a second. Go fuck, just like that, just gone. They, or if you look at the one that was above the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem, that come down and sit there and then flashed and then struck straight up. That's a pretty good speed. I don't know how fast. I know we've calculated the dragons that you record quite often at around somewhere around 2,000 miles per hour. But I mean, who knows? I do feel, and the Bible kind of confirms it, that the angel orbs are not omnipresent. They're not everywhere at once. They're either here or there, or wherever they're at and whatever they're doing. Only God knows, you know. And none of us on here really are sitting here saying, we know for sure what the stuff is and what's going on. We're seeking it. And we're just doing this in a public way so y'all guys can react. And maybe over time, because that's typically how it's going to work, is over time we'll figure out better what's going on, because I don't got it figured out yet. The only way I can talk about angels the way I do is simply because, for whatever reason, I was chosen and had many, many experiences. And it happens to match up because I've seen them so much over the mountaintops and over the water. That happens to be biblical as well, like the book of Daniel and Moses and a lot of the other characters or people, prophets in the Bible that would do this. A lot of times it'd be over water or on the mountaintop. So understand that we're not trying to push a belief on you. We're trying to just figure it out just like y'all guys are. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to show too.
I do want to say I do apologize if I do seem a little distracted. There are insane winds happening right now. It wasn't like this when we started the show, but it's like shaking my house and I can hear my dogs freaking out. So if I am looking off, it's because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's some crazy wind.
Hearing the winds there, Dr. Robert?
Yeah, the same over here. I'm in Marina Del Rey. The winds are kicking up. I'm hearing things fall. And unfortunately, as I mentioned in the beginning of the show, privately, we now have a major fire in Santa Monica Mountains, major. And in the last hour, it's over 1 mile wide now. And I'm kind of looking out the window, and oh my God, it's really bad.
It's not.
It's really bad.
Is your camera in a position you could?
Yeah, I've been recording it for the last hour.
Okay.
And the wind is blowing. The winds are blowing west, so pretty much all the homes and everything west of the fire, it looks like they're in the fire now.
Oh Lord.
And I'm watching the radar plane finder, and we have every single helicopter aircraft. So we have 6 LA fire department helicopters, and we have 2 tankers. We have 3 tankers from Canada, all right now, about 10 choppers fighting this fire. And it's and now you can't see the mountain anymore. And you can see the fire. That's unusual to see orange fire in the daytime at 10 miles. This is really bad.
Yeah,
I'm distracted also. Sorry.
I'm going to pull up flight radar real quick and see what I can see over there.
That it's spreading that fast, because it did just start before the show. That's concerning.
Not good.
It's not good. All this in 1 hour it's the wind. The wind is the factor. The wind's got to stop.
They don't expect it to stop until Thursday or.
Oh God.
Yeah, until Thursday.
Yo guys, Dr. Robert, you're located Delray Beach, right?
Yeah,
Is
right.
that south or north of Long Beach?
I am north of Long Beach. Look for the giant Marina Del Rey. That's where I am, where all the boats are. That's me.
Right. Uh,
And then if you could see that, you could see all the aircraft clusters. You could see clusters of helicopters just north. I could hold up my screen finder in front of you right now if you want.
um, maybe just a second. Let me see if this pulls up. It's not. I just want to kind of get an eye on what's going on. Are you north of? Oh, I think I see it. I see it now. Okay. Oh boy, there's a hole. Are you to the south of you?
Just to the north of me, 8 miles to the north of me.
To the north.
There's a tremendous amount of air activity.
Over the mountain area?
Yeah, just where it says Topanga Canyon, Santa Monica, and Topanga Canyon.
I do see it now.
Yeah, just pull that up. This is
I see it right there.
very concerning.
All these helicopters.
Yes, exactly. All those are.
But again, as you mentioned, the wind is causing the fire to go down the hill into the homes, and that's where it's concerning, especially.
So there's showing where the airplanes are flying. It like that one right there, the one that's red on there at the moment is flying.
Can you click on all of them? So you can see all the circles?
I don't know if it lets you do that, does it?
Yeah, planefinder.net lets you do that. Planefinder.net.
Like that's another one there.
Yeah.
And
They're all good. I like Planefinder because it lets you click on all the airplanes.
let me there's a Dr. Roberts channel for y'all guys. You get to the right one when you get there.
Yeah.
You can see he's got all kind of aerial videos and these dragons that he's talking about flying. So please go over and subscribe if you haven't already. You need to be aware of what Dr. Roberts has discovered. It's a serious thing and it's supernatural. Let me pull up the site that you're talking about.
Planefinder.net.
Planefinder.net.
Yep. It's free. And it allows you to click on all the airplanes. Good.
A lot of airplanes in the sky, ain't there?
There sure is. Just zoom into Los Angeles, Marina Del Rey. Yep. Keep going. Yep.
I'm trying to see where the foothills are at.
Yep. Just keep zooming. You're really close. Yep. There's yeah.
We're right here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there it is. Zoom in a little more. Now the button all the way on the right, the icon, the 4 icons, all the way on the right, the top right.
Okay. Right there?
Yeah, click there. And now you can click on all those airplanes and they'll show you all at the same time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, click them all.
So let's click
And then
that.
you're going to see 1,000 circles. Keep going. And by the way, this is what I do to record dragons. I just wait for helicopters and they come in Marina Del Rey, and this is how I get dragon video. It's that easy. And you could do this anywhere in the world because it's free. Planefinder's free. This is what's going on. This is live. This is the fire right now. It's really serious. I'm sorry being distracted, but
Oh yeah, it's.
I'm looking out the window, and it's the apocalypse is like 8 miles away.
right?
Oh my God!
And no kidding, this is where the fire's at right there. And
Yes,
right down here is where Dr. Roberts is at. Let's see, where's it at again? You're
right
right
there in the marina, right there. There's the
there.
tree. Yeah, the cedar tree. That's
Where
it.
Dr. Roberts is at, right there. And then
Right.
he's looking out his window and seeing this fire going on with all these aircraft circling over here.
Correct. And that's why I'm a little distracted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, we're live, and we're paying attention to all things. And to be honest with you, I'll say there's been. I know that I've seen evidence, clear evidence, that some of the fires that go on in a lot of places, and especially California, they are controlled, intentional events. And
Yes.
I know that may sound bold or whatever, but you just got to understand and know what I know and all the evidence I've seen. And there's plenty of videos on my channel back from years ago where I really researched into it to find out what was going on.
The
But
last
that's the whole.
fire, yeah, the last fire we just had that shut down our schools because of the ash and everything. That one they admitted was arson and arrested that guy, but they actually admitted that one. And I was kind of shocked with that because they don't tend to do that. But
They tagged it on somebody.
mhm.
But we could get into that subject today, but I don't think we're going to. I just wanted to look real quick and see if we could see kind of what was going on. And Dr. Roberts is right. Apparently, the Hills is on fire. You ain't nowhere near this, are you, Shannon?
No, I'm like I said, about an hour away, but the
North.
winds are pretty intense over here, and I would not be surprised if we have something similar pop up because it tends to happen a lot out here.
Right.
So,
Right.
Let's,
Yeah.
San Bernardino County mountain area, we are hit all the time. So
Right.
not surprise me.
Right. Yeah.
let's look at. I think Zoom Earth has the winds built into the
It
system.
is literally shaking my house right now. It hasn't been this bad in a while.
Let's see, is it going to show me the winds? Wind.
Actually, if you guys could excuse me for 2 seconds, I need to let my dogs in because they're really freaking out. I will be right back.
For Shannon. Looks like there's a few different areas, like particularly. Hey, check this out. Look where the wind's the strongest at.
Yeah.
Right where the fire is.
Right there. Right. Wow. Yeah.
23, 24 mile an hour winds. 26, according to that meter right there.
That's exactly the path of the fire.
That's a bad place for a fire to be right now.
There's a lot of that's Pacific Palisades. There's just a lot of expensive homes here going on.
Is that what they call Santa Ana winds?
Yes, the same thing. The Santa Ana winds. It's just usually not this bad. I could see the 2 yellow tankers from Canada. They're scooping water from the ocean and they're going back into the fire. Wow. I could actually plug it into my camera and broadcast it if I don't know if it's formatted. I could show you live right now if I don't know, can you do that if you'd even be interested?
If you can do it.
Let's see. It's live stream. I had the cable. You know what? Let me give it a try real quick, guys. Okay, I'll give it a college try.
So this one here, this is says Q1 It's one of the tankers that's going out over the water and picking up water.
Poor guys, they were shaking, huddled by the door. I've never seen them like that. Oh.
And Dr. Roberts is going to try to hook up his camera real quick and see if we can see the fire. What he's seeing out his window. And he's got a really good camera, so he can zoom in and do all kinds of things. He's up on a ridge, so he can see very far. Like I said,
sorry for the sidetracking, guys, but this is pretty wild right now. Oh,
it is real life. Look at the wind, Shannon. Right here is the fire, right about where I'm pointing at. And it's 23 mile per hour sustained, basically.
They're saying it could get up to 50 miles an hour. So, yeah, it's going to get crazy here in the next 24 hours. My backyard is already got a lot to clean up. Could be fun.
Dr. Robert, I ain't going to point exactly where he lives, but there's a long ridge that runs down through here, and there's this big neighborhood, and he lives on this ridge. So, overlooking the marina, looking north. And so he has a direct view shot of what's going on up here.
Correct. Let me see.
Now there is, Dr. Robert, I think you should have the present button on your side, and you can add an extra camera if you have the extra camera button in the present button.
Let me first find the live feed video where I have it plugged into my computer.
It's in that computer right there. It's plugged into that one.
It's in my the one I'm on. It's plugged in, so theoretically I should be able to just.
If it's plugged into that computer, you should be able to click at the bottom of your screen. It says present. And if you click that, it should say extra camera.
Well, okay, let me try that. Man, this would be a miracle if this. Okay, video file, share screen. I don't know. Let me push them all.
You see extra camera.
Extra camera. I see video file. I don't see extra camera.
Let's see. Yeah, it says extra camera. It may be because I have this extra feature because I'm the host, but so it might not work that way, but you can pull it up if you've got the feed on your side, because you can share screen and pick the screen that instead of showing yourself, you could show the screen that has imagery on it.
I'm trying to find where the feed is on my computer.
Okay.
Not sure why it's just not popping. Oh, very frustrating. This would be really awesome if we could pull this HDMI feed audio in. Shucks.
HDMI feed sounds in the right direction.
Yeah, you would think. Never done this here. Setting HDI.
We might be putting you too much on the spot.
I know. God, I'm going to do my best not to let you down here. Come on. Cable, HDI cable. No, it thinks I want to buy a cable. No. Wow. Yeah. Now, here's the one time I wish I had the Wi-Fi on my camera hooked up. I've never hooked it up. Yeah, it would work right now. Ironic. No, I don't know where it would. I would just think it should pop up, and it's not popping.
We'll figure that out for next time, because you probably have enough equipment there. You could do a live stream while you're actually, like when you know there's aircraft that's going to be coming through and stuff, you could do live streaming, literally live stream. The only thing is you know as well as me, they're hard to see until you slow them down and look for them because they're so fast.
Right. Actually, we really should do that. We could live stream these dragons.
Right.
But we could do a presentation, and then while we're talking, a helicopter comes in, and you could just see it happen in real time.
Through StreamYard, you can be live on your channel, and I'm live on mine, so we could be streaming to both at the same time. That way, it allows you to do 2 or 3 if you're working through my studio.
Right. Well, okay, next time around.
Yeah, next time around, we'll do that.
Sorry to let you down on that.
You ain't let me down. You one of my heroes, Dr. Robert. I ain't let me down at all. And some of my other heroes, and Dr. Roberts actually falls into this category too. People that support our work here. So again, thank you, holy moly, for making a donation. Thanks to all of you guys that are members of my Patreon page. Thank you guys that are members of my YouTube channel, of the website, and various ways that y'all guys choose to support this work. Because trust me, I would not be able to do it at this level. I'd have to go back to recording off of a cell phone or something like I did for years. Because all of these tools that I use and it all costs money, you might say, on a monthly basis. They beat you in the head every month, as you know, just like the electric bill and so on. But I think we're about to the point where I'm going to wrap us up here. Let's see if there was. I mean, I could pull up and we could look at videos all day on like TikTok and everything else. Oh, your video, Shannon.
Well, it's not a video, but my song, yeah. We don't have a video for it yet, but...
No, I don't have the audio file, right? I just have the YouTube.
It's on YouTube. It's on all platforms, guys.
Well, I have it right here on YouTube, of course. And I guess, let me just click on this here and see if this is the right one. This is a song that...
Hey, sorry for interrupting. Isn't that annoying?
Yeah, you are annoying. You interrupted me. Skip his butt. All right, so this should be it here. We're going to take a listen to Shannon's song that it might not be the best way to listen to it because it's going to be playing back through my mic. Maybe it probably won't sound perfect, but if you go over to Shannon's YouTube channel, Soul7, you can check it out again if you want to. And yeah, I know somebody's going to go to beating on her because she's wearing makeup and she's this and she's that. But what I would say to that is, he that is without sin cast the first stone. I'm a sinner.
I wear makeup.
Yeah, exactly. We are not the judge. Okay, so let's take a listen if we can hear it. Okay, let me see what the volumes are like and all that kind of good stuff. If I mess it up, I'll back it up. Let's try it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Distorted, guys.
If I mute my mic, let me know if you can still hear it, Shannon.
Nope.
So when my mic was muted, could you hear it?
Nope.
Okay, so it is playing through my mic, so that's why it's not sounding perfect. Let's try this. Both of you guys, do you know how to mute your mic, Dr. Robert?
Yes, I can mute my mic. Yes.
All right. And Shannon, mute your mic. And let's try one more time with just my mic active and see if that helps at all. If not, well, they'll have to go listen directly. So, all right, let's see. Everybody's muted. You muted, Shannon? I hope so. Yes, you are. Okay. All right, let's try one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Is that sounding any better, Shannon? No, it's not. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, we're not going to.
Anyways, guys, it's on all platforms. Please go check it out. This is a really good way to support my work. Writing music is my life, and this song is something that everyone can relate to. I'm sure when you hear it, you'll figure that out. But this is one of my favorites, and I actually like it. So please go check it out. It's on YouTube, YouTube Music, Amazon, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes. And if you're feeling really awesome, you could buy it on iTunes, but no pressure. It's free on YouTube. So, all right, that was my shameless plug. Sorry, guys.
Hey, nothing wrong with telling people about good works that you're doing. Your style of music has changed over the years, as I've noticed, and I'm really liking where you're going. So,
and this song took 4 years. You know, people sometimes think that, you know, popping out music is just so easy, but sometimes it really takes a while to hone in on something really great. So,
yeah, I'm working on a song right now too, and it's called "Way Down in the Valley." There's a story behind that. It goes back all the way to my military days. But yeah, I'm working on it, and I've been working on it for, I don't know, somewhere between 6 months to a year right now, you know. And I've about got just the lyrics down. Then I got to figure out how to record it and put a tune to it or something to it. So yeah, it ain't easy for me. Video, what I'm doing here, I know how to do it because I've been doing it so long. It's pretty easy, but switching and trying to just record audio somehow is a problem. So, but Shannon's going to help me. Well, guys, I appreciate everybody being here today, especially our guest commentator, Dr. Robert. Of course, always thankful when Shannon's able to be here. She can't always be here because we all have lives too and things to do. So, but she's here 90% of the time. So, with that being said, I'm going to let you guys get on out of here. I know Shannon has a client as well, and still haven't finished the redo of the extra with all the credits, and including y'all guys that support the show. But I will have that hopefully done by the time we do the next show. So, any last words, guys? Any thoughts?
Oh, you're on mute.
Who's on mute?
Robert, you're on mute.
Okay, there you are. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
Okay, yeah, I still had it on mute. Okay. No, it was a fantastic show, and I was very happy to be invited. And I'm just looking forward to the next. And I think, Daniel, we should do a supernatural show about my friend, the time traveler friend, Glenn. I think.
Yeah, I would love. I know you've told me a little bit about that. I would love to go further into that information and stuff. That would be truly supernatural. So I'd like to. Yeah, let's plan that. Let's do that.
Good.
Okay.
You got a deal.
And y'all guys that are in the comments, I know some of them are coming up here, and I've got the thing here where you can see this is just from the Logic Before Authority channel. If y'all guys are out there on some other platform, I invite you over to come and subscribe on the YouTube channel as well. And if you're wondering which one to subscribe to, I would say both, because different content gets put out on both different channels. And then sometimes, occasionally, I have to put out content that can't be shared on these platforms, and that's when I'll put it to my website. Oh, and one thing I will say about the website is I did a let me share my screen real quick. I did a video the other day asking y'all guys for your to answer some questions, and I'm going to be making a video pointing out y'all guys' answers because here's your comments from that video. Okay, but I got to change it and do it in a way so that this information can be compiled and in a way that is more usable for us as a community, to y'all guys, to make it where you can look at the information that's coming in from thousands of people and use it to maybe help you in understanding what's going on and help us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, over on the website, is I'm going to create a new page that is specifically for this. It's kind of like the observations page that I have here, but it's going to be specific to each of these things that when we go on and I ask y'all guys questions and ask you to answer them, I'm going to, of course, you can always put it in the comments, but I'm going to ask as many of you as possible to go to the website. And it'll be like, I don't know, I'll figure it out. It'll be good. That's what it'll be. So, because we do want to be productive and try to help y'all guys in ways and not be like someone like, for instance, an Alex Jones type character, right? He's got these huge audiences and he never uses that power to try to put the power in the hands of the people, to give them answers or give them what should they do. You've never heard him once say something like, you need to rebuke this or that or that spirit or this event, and you need to bind it, and you need to, he don't do any of that kind of stuff. He don't explain to you that your tongue is a supernatural weapon that can be used to defend yourself and your family and your household against supernatural happenings. I want to be productive and do it in a way to help y'all guys. So anyways, I'm going to be doing that on the website, and I'll share you guys when I get it done. It's just everything takes time, and there's so much going on every day that I have so many videos to try to go through. But we'll get there. I love you guys, and remember that our Father in heaven loves you, and he would enjoy if you would speak to him sometimes. You go in a quiet place where no one else can hear, and you just talk to him like if he's your father, your real ultimate father, not just your daddy. You just talk to him. He can hear all of us. It's just the way it works. And I promise you, he can hear you. No matter what you're saying or talking to him about, if you're upset or you're scared or whatever it is, talk to Father and ask him to lead you in the right direction, that you don't have the answers and you want his way to be your will. So with that being said, I'm going to let y'all guys go today. I love you. And we see y'all guys again next time real soon.